After grabbing a passing wagon, similar to what they previously rode, they headed towards the shopping district. Looking at the sky, Sally saw that it was close to evening and the sun was in its downward direction. Even though it was getting late, there were still plenty of people walking around. The district next to the housing district was the shopping district. Going into the district, she saw tons of stores of varying types. There were stores just for women's clothing, restaurants, housing supplies, men's clothing, and much more. This area was several times more busy than the housing district. "What type of food do you enjoy eating?" Rick asked her when they entered the section. Sally lowered her head after Rick asked her. "I don't really know," she answered in a depressed voice. Living on the street, Sally never had the luxury to think about what type of food she enjoyed. A meal was whatever she could manipulate out of a boy or steal herself. Seeing that he had touched a sore subject, Rick said, "Why don't we go to a hamburger shop?" "Hamburger?" Sally asked, never hearing that term before. It is a type of food that was newly created. Many kids enjoy this type of food, so I think you would also think it is delicious, Rick said, trying to cheer her up from his earlier blunder. They stopped in front of a colorful building. From the outside, she could see many people enjoying the food. As they approached the door, workers from the restaurant opened up the doors and welcomed them inside. Going into the restaurant seemed like she was transported into another world. Just like how the city looked amazing, the inside of this restaurant blew her breath away. There were mana crystals attached to the ceiling, lighting up the interior. All around were tables with people laughing and enjoying themselves. The material used to make up the building looked very expensive, making her wonder if they would be able to afford the food. The two of them approached a woman who asked them, "Would the two of you enjoy a booth or table?" "We will be taking a booth," Rick answered the woman, who led them to a table with two couches on either side. Sliding into the couch, she enjoyed the way that it enveloped her. The material that was used was very relaxing and made her think that she could even sleep on it. Another woman approached them with some paper in her hand and laid them on the table. "Hello, welcome to Terry's Burgers. My name is Vanessa, and I'll be assisting you. If you have any questions about the food, just press the mana crystal on the table and I will come over. When you are ready to order, feel free to press the crystal." "Would you like any drinks as you are looking over the menu?" Vanessa asked them in a cheerful voice. "Could you bring us 2 strawberry and banana juices?" Rick asked her. The lady nodded her head and walked towards the back of the restaurant. "Mister, I don't have any money on me," Sally said in a quiet voice. She felt guilty that this man would have to pay for her, and she worried that he would get angry and kick her out. Removing the helmet from his head, it revealed a kind, older man. He looked like some of the soldiers that would occasionally stop in the town before they headed off to another destination. Rick had dark brown hair, which was slightly receding from age. There was a scar over his left eye, likely from a vicious fight. Even though he looked like someone who knew about fighting, he didn't seem like a bad man. Sally imagined that this is what it would be like to have an older brother. "Sally, I can guess that you have had a very rough life. I am sorry that you had to go through such a thing. You are now in Felicitas. No longer do you need to worry about having a roof over your head or wonder where your next meal is going to be coming from. In this city, you are a kid, so you should start acting like one," Rick gently said to her. "I don't understand. Do kids not have to pay?" she wondered. "No. In this city, A citizen is not required to pay for anything inside of here, he said, smiling. How? It has something to do with the master Felicitas. Using his abilities, he made it so that the city would not have to worry about lacking any resources. Regardless of what happens outside of the city, inside Felicitas, everyone will have enough resources to take care of them. In the supply district, you can enter into other worlds that are filled with resources. Also, the master of the city has created armies of golems that can do all the work that normally people would do, Rick said to her, grinning. These golems go all throughout these worlds and bring back the materials to be used by all the districts. Whatever you need there is a world full of resources and golems that are tirelessly making them. He waved his hands, looking like an excited kid. But if golems are making everything, then what do people do all day? Sally asked. Rick nodded his head, impressed by Sally's critical thinking. People are free to pursue what they enjoy doing. If you want to work on something that a golem is working on, all you need to do is just show up and have someone teach you. Even the golems can interact with people and teach them how to complete each task until the individual becomes comfortable to take on the tasks themselves. Seeing how lost Sally still was, he continued, inside of the city, each person can receive an education. After a person goes through the school system, they can go on and learn a skill they want to work in. If that person does not want to learn a skill, they will receive assistance if they want to create a new skill or business. What happens if that person doesn't want to do anything and just go shopping all day? Sally asked. Rick nodded his head some more, impressed how Sally understood the key issues. If a person does not wish to contribute, he is initially taken to see a doctor. In this city, there is a medical facility located in each of the districts. Someone that does not wish to contribute is first sent to the medical facility to determine if there is anything physically or mentally wrong with them. If the doctors determine that there is something medically wrong with them, then they determine if it is possible to solve it. Sometimes, a person may be depressed and just needs to have a strong support base to reach their potential. After all this takes place and the doctors cannot determine a specific cause for a lack of desire to contribute, that individual is free to do what they want to do as long as it does not conflict with someone else. What happens if what they do conflicts with others? Sally responded. Shrugging his shoulders, Rick said, if after all of our efforts the person wants to cause trouble, they are removed from the city and forbidden from returning. Rick pointed at the crystals. These crystals have multiple purposes. Not only do they serve the obvious purpose, like asking for a server, they also keep track of a person's mana signature. Each person has a unique signature, and these crystals have the ability to detect and observe a person's signature. If something happens inside the city, these crystals can create an image of what happened. This is something no other location has. It also helps to make my job easier. Pointing at his helmet, Rick continued, inside my helmet, I have a screen that lets me see all around me. When I need to see what happened, I can get permission from the owner or city to view the incident. I can also see who was involved and locate them inside the city. The best part is that every citizen has the power to report anyone they feel is abusing this crystal network. Near the stronghold, there is a building that is in charge of looking into people abusing their privileges. If anyone is found abusing their power, they are sent into the stronghold to talk with one of the master's followers. Inside the stronghold, one of the followers finds out what that person's motivations are and determines if they can stay or leave the city. If a banished person tries to re-enter the city, the mana crystals will flash red and alert everyone that an intruder is inside of the city. Hearing Rick's explanation, Sally was amazed at how the city operated. She wondered how the master was able to figure all this stuff out and create such a peaceful city where people could live.